But to play music, I never understood that. Like, I'm supporting your music. I'm literally playing your music, putting people onto your music. Why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? I don't understand that. How is it because I'm making money off of you know through the streams? I never understood that. Like, but anyway, yes. Welcome, chat, to the OGPOV universe, where we kicking game from an OG point of view. It's the voice of the voiceless, hopeless. Money never made me, being broke did. Um, right now it's Sunday. We about to go to the Steelers game. Hit the ball a couple times. I bought a new bubbler. This is my new bubbler. I should name it. I should name my bubbler. What should I name it? We'll call it the Jewel of the Day. Matter of fact, we'll do that. We'll have a Jewel of the Day, but I don't really want to hit the bone so much on cam. I really want to perfect my skills first, but this is the Jewel of the Day. Being cool is uncool, man. I just dropped a vlog on that, or a video on that, on just how being cool is just, it slows your progression down. You know what I mean? Like, when you really talk about being an individual, talk about having your own style, your own dreams, your own, you know what I mean? You really want to ride your own wave, you know. And that's even as you have friends, you find friendship, but you still want to focus on what you got going on, you know, pour into yourself, your own interests, your own knowledge, education. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. But being cool, you know, just being cool is just, it's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. But, you know, because I grew up in that. You know what I mean? From Philly. And coming up in Philly, everybody's too cool for school. Too cool. You know what I mean? You come out the crib, you know, people are afraid to be themselves, afraid to go against the grain. You know what I mean? A bunch of followers. You know, these are the type of situation you find yourself in. Speaking of Philadelphia, though, I spoke about this in the video I just posted. Like, coming up in Philly, man, it's like as soon as you come outside, it's just everybody is so aggressive. You have no choice but to match that energy. You know, I talked to some of my friends who didn't really come outside growing up. So I asked them, like, yo, how'd you beat the streets? And they say, like, yo, my parents didn't let me come outside. And I thought about that, like, damn, that's really prolific. You know, after school, they got picked up from school. They got dropped off at school. They can't go to the park, especially not after dark. You know what I mean? It's little small moments like this is what separates you, you know? But again, if you got a curfew at 5 o'clock, that's not cool. You know what I mean? Being cool will be staying out, hanging out late. That's being cool. You know what I mean? Being cool is so uncool. You feel me? Let me know where y'all at as y'all pile in here. Do I gotta start calling y'all chat now? I just got monetized on Facebook, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I guess we a community, you know? OGPOV fam. You know, we kicking game from an OG point of view. But yeah, man, that's one lasting memory that I have coming up from Philly, is you had to be very tough. You know what I mean? That was the cool thing. That was the end thing. You know what I'm saying? You at the party, you grilling niggas, you know what I'm saying? You on the wall. That was what was cool. It was cool to do shit like that. It was cool to mean mug niggas as they walk past for no reason. That's what was cool. You know what I mean? That's the culture I grew up around. You know what I mean? I can just remember my very first day I went to Leeds Middle School. And it's funny, my brother Naeem, he's a comedian out of Philly. He has a joke And I'm gonna steer it a little bit differently, but he has a joke about his first day at Leeds Middle School. But I have a similar story because I was there. Shit was crazy. You know what I mean? Like going to middle school in Philly is a different experience. Like you're not there to learn. You know, fast forward to high school. You know, I went to Martin Luther King High School. It was about security. That was the main thing. They just wanted to make sure the cats got in there safely and out of there safely. You know what I mean? And in the middle of all that, it's a bunch of cool motherfuckers walking around. You know what I mean? From the way they walk, from the way they talk. You know what I mean? You ever meet somebody, they just always say some cool fly shit, like they got a cool fly response, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, you hear about that cats like that. So he's a smooth fly talker, from like the 70s and stuff like that. Everybody trying to be cool. Cool comebacks. Cool sayings. You know what I mean? Talk to the ladies cool. Everybody trying to be smooth. You know what I mean? Trying to be this. Everybody trying to fit in some type of puzzle piece. But, you know, in 2025 as an adult, you know, I just turned 39. And I understand that being cool, that shit don't take you nowhere. You don't get nowhere being cool, man. Nowhere. You can't pay no bills being cool. You know what I mean? That shit don't help your credit. It's not a skill. It's not really a skill unless you monetize it. You can monetize cool now. You know what I mean? But that's a special gift. That's a whole different drawing. If you could just, you know. But then again, like for instance, you know who's cool? Bandman Kevo's cool. He get girls. He get money. He's, you know, a streamer, content. You know what I mean? He's, albeit successful. He's cool, but like, there's a lot that come with that. There's also a lot of smoke and mirrors. You know what I mean? It's a lot of insecurity. It's a lot of keeping up with the Joneses. You know what I mean? It's a lot of investment into this persona. You know what I'm saying? Nothing beats being yourself. He said, I said, let him skip the fame. You like, get the money, skip the fame. He said 10,000 or 100 G, keep your shit the same. Like, I fucked the whole line up, but y'all get it. Like, 10,000 or a G, keep your shit the same. You know? It don't matter who's watching. I got 3 viewers right now. A couple likes. Troy Ave say a couple likes, but way more views, so you know that they watching. Like, it's all good, man. Like, you just gotta do your thing. And that's even, like, again, even as you find friendship, you know what I'm saying, companionship, you know, it's nothing wrong with, you know, having a community, having support, building relationships, networking. But, you know, always stay true to yourself, man, because at the end of the day, when you, in that final moment, it's like, you don't want to be regretful, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I look at it, like, that's how I look at life now, like, when it's my final moment, I don't want to be on no bitching shit. Like, I just want to be 10 toes on the gas, you know what I mean? And I'm out. That's it. You know? That's kind of like emptying the tank, you know? Do what you want to do every day. Take care of your family. Earn. Learn. You know what I'm saying? Earning and learning, like, start there. Earning, learning, but like, gotta be intentional. You know, 2026, I want to be very intentional, even with the content. I told myself, like, yo, I want to go live more. Like, you know, it takes to me, I think it takes, a lot of people don't go live because they don't be having nothing to talk about. You know, it takes special personality to, you know, entertain, I guess. I put it like this, or Currency says, he said, I talk the same shit and say it different. That's the difference. Like, I talk the same shit. Hustling, entrepreneurship, family, belief in oneself. You know what I mean? That's what the OGPOV universe is. You know what I mean? We kicking game from an OG point of view. Usually I sell it, but I got enough to share it with you. Shout out to Currency. Matter of fact, Jay Worthy spit those bars too. But, you know, this shit deeper than rap, man. Like, We gotta use the jewels from a lot of these rap artists, a lot of these movies. We gotta apply that shit. Like I remember there's an artist named Feo. He was an artist, a rapper out of he was signed to Selection Records. Shout out to Joe K. But he said people searching on the internet for quotes instead of thinking. And I was just thinking about that, like, we gotta believe in our own thoughts. We gotta curate our own visions, our own vibrations. You know what I mean? I used to be really into quotes, and the person who wrote that quote probably wrote it in a pivotal moment in their lives where they had that game to give. You know what I mean? You know, you don't always have the wherewithal or the life experience to, how can I say this? You don't really have the life experience to be able to teach, you know, from experience. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you haven't gone through it, you know. So you could read a quote, you could listen to a song, and that shit go in one ear out the other. But when you experience that and you double back, triple back around, that's what feels a lot better. That's what it's like a full circle moment. You know what I mean? So, but that's why I empower myself I create my own quotes, quote myself, like got my own sayings. You know what I mean? I say this shit every day. But with that being said, all the quotes that we read are accurate, but you might not be able to catch that jewel until you're ready to go through it. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's the jewel of the day. You might not be able to catch that jewel until you go through it. We'll hit the bong on that. We'll hit my new bubbler on that. That's the jewel of the day. So we could go. One thing I love about the bongs, bubblers, is that I got a bong here too. I need more water. Is that you have to use way less flour. It's just like it's a win all around. You use way less flour. This is some what is this? This is lemon wafer flour. So look, I'm about to put this much in there. It's the jewel of the day. We out after this. Ooh. Yes, I am monetized on Facebook, finally. You know, I've been posting content for years now. I don't know why it's taking this long to get my shit monetized, but either way, I'm thankful. I'm happy. I'm excited that, I can get paid off the shit that I post. But yeah, so here's to being monetized.